center so we can begin with our proceedings.
Audio. Dali.
Patay mo na yung ano yan.
Ayan. Listen. Live streaming to Okay. Ba't na kumukuha?
Patayin mo yung
Tawagin ko si Eric. Patulong. Eric? Sa'yo na siguro dati. Meron na nakalagay niya, bro. Ayun naman yun.
mute, ilagay mo.
I-mute.
Sige.
Yun ba yan? Yun yan talaga.
I don't know.
Kaya tanong ko si Eric.
Ando na.
Yan?
Hindi, ito na.
Ano ba? Naririnig mo?
Wala.
Dali. Pwede makatulong. Sandali ka tulong.
Wala akong naririnig na
Wala
sound.
siya naririnig.
Wala akong naririnig na sound.
Naka-live streaming yan eh. Sila.
Wala pa nagsasalita dad. Try mo nga mag-test. Kung nadidinig ka nila.
Hello, good morning.
Teka, wala pa kasing ano eh.
Wala pa?
Wala pa nga sila eh.
Wala ba?
Wala pa lahat. Ikaw pa lang.
Ay, good morning.
Ayun, meron na isa.
Okay. Ito. Naririnig niyo ako? Okay.
Hugot mo muna po. Ang balik.
Huwag masyado malalim. Wala ka sa paano mo kayo.
Kasi background mo ba dyan? Ganda.
Hindi. Bahala. It's not matter. I-con mo nga ito si Dad. I-on mo. Itong kan. Maria. Yan. Para sa ilaw.
Oo, may nagbinitin. Sabi mo, nakasinig ka na yun. Dadaan ka ba? O ano?
Yung MR?
Oo, dadaan ka ba? O, ano yung...
Yung MR?
Yung MR?
Andito. at saka yung pera.
Oo. Anyway, ikaw nang sabi kay Jasmine. Mga drug rate nila. Kasi happy lang naman. Meron din yun. Ikaw ba nagparapol, no? Okay. Sabihin mo na lang, tatanong naman nila kung anong damage dito. Sabihin na nila. Oo. Meron ka nga palang self-pad dito kasi nagpira ng 25. Accept. Andito naman siya ngayong hapon. Except tomorrow morning. Ngayon maghapon. Dito naman siya. Isang araw, di ba sabi niya, ano nga pala sa tawag mo? Kasi sa susunod na hindi sa August 46, papadisip na Oo, papadisip na sa final. So, there must be, paano gagawin ito sa
for president of the female Olympic College. On July 20th, the Board of Trustees of MPC created the search committee for the presidency of MPC. And we had our first meeting on February 2. The search committee for presidency is composed of 5 members, with yours truly chairing the committee. I would like to introduce the members of the search committee. We have the chair, NCR Director, Dr. Virginia Aquiate. We also have Dr. Representative of the community. With us virtually today are 2 other members. We have Dr. Clay Association of State Colleges, Hospital. Attorney Franklin Suma.
Ito pwede mo.
That the board gave to the community. And this committee is committed to successfully with the laws, which is to search for the president of MPC. Aside from review of the of the applicant. One is the public forum, other is our panel review, which is a closed session. So this is the opportunity of MPC to listen and to ask questions, to get to know what they plan for the future. Thus, we have believed many of the stakeholders of MPC participating. And practically, as with us today,
Garbon.
actually kapag-search ay kung may interesado ba sa mundo ng
I-close.
kapakilala sa atin.
I-unmute ko muna. I-mute ko muna.
The first public
Mute.
and we might have second period. Ladies and gentlemen, listening, the committee will ask questions to me of those questions. Morning, maraming salamat. So moving on, we will have the meeting. And as I was informed, okay. So let's begin with this. The applicant shall draw lots before the start of the forum to determine the sequence of presentation and the sequences for answering the questions during the open forum. While an applicant is making his her presentation, the other applicant shall stay in the waiting room where they will not be able to hear the presentation. So our holding room is the boardroom, and we have our ushers here, led by Sir RDS, to assist our applicants. Each applicant shall be given 10 minutes to make his presentation, followed by presentation may be allowed. A timer should be used to help the applicants manage their time, and it is going to be handled by Professor Linus Kyle Dixon and Mr. He's from the Math and Science Department. He's our timekeeper for today. A green sign will signify the start of the individual's presentation. The yellow sign will mean the applicant has 2 minutes left, and the red sign will mean that the time is up. So please be aware of certain items. Okay. All applicants are requested to keep to their time limit, otherwise the applicant will be asked to step down. So we have 10 minutes. An open forum shall follow after the presentation of all applicants. A 15-minute recess following the last presentation shall be allotted to enable the SCP to review and screen the questions. Pieces of paper on which the audience may write their questions or comments will be distributed before the forum. Maybe this was already done. Okay. They will be collected by the ushers before, during, and after the presentation. Questions shall be limited to the applicant's vision papers, and issues. and concerns. They should be phrased such that any applicant questions shall not to be directed to just one particular applicant, such as having personal nature, shall not be entertained to preserve the dignity of the applicants in all circles. Each nominee shall be given 2 minutes to answer the questions. This is for the
Connect pa ka. May pipiling ka.
from the timer will again be used to alert the applicants regarding the lapse of their allotted time. At each time, we alert the applicant to start answering the questions of certain correct and most relevant. A yellow sign means the applicant has 30 seconds left, and a red sign will mean the time is up. The first questions from each sector will be answered by all applicants. Sector shall read out questions. For the succeeding rounds of question and answer, each applicant will choose from the pool of questions. All players shall read the question and the applicant shall answer. Questions not raised during the open forum to the lack of time may be raised during the interview with the nominee. The item participants that we have alcohol and tissue for sanitation procedures locally.
Fred, full name daw. Full name.
And I'm very glad to introduce to you our applicants. First of all, we have Dr. Jeffrey C. Principal 3 of Santa Elena. Next is Dr. Raymond Matata, the Dean of the College of Mineral Studies, our Dean
Fred, wait mo na naman. Para hindi ka na mahirapan. Yan, okay. Go, steady.
To all the brilliant individuals present today, a pleasant morning. It is my great honor to present to you my 5-year strategic plan proposal for Marikina Polytechnic College. Let me begin with stating the vision, mission, and philosophy. Marikina Polytechnic College will be the nation's premier institution for technical teacher education, industrial technology, and issue and letter industry. The vision relates to what is stipulated in Republic Act 1989, the act of converting MIST to MPC. In order to achieve this vision, our mission statement shall be Marikina Polytechnic College commits itself to, number one, provide quality tertiary education and training to technical teacher education, industrial technology, and issue and letter students. Two, create avenues for research and innovation to develop a comprehensive shoe and leathercraft education that will contribute to Marikina City's industry and innovation building. Three, develop a highly competent faculty members and personnel to continuous professional development. Four, establish strong local and international linkages. And five, contribute to the improvement of Philippines' quality of life by providing education that will grow resilient, capable, and highly skilled professionals. Our philosophy encapsulates what is an educational institution should be in its curriculum, accessible to all, and responsive to the needs of the society. So that's the philosophy, the quality and equitable tertiary education for all, attuned and responsive to the needs and demands of society, profession, and individuals. And now, here are our specific plans for year 2021 and 2026 on the 12-point agenda. One, advancement of human resource, assist college administrators, faculty, and other personnel in identifying strengths and areas for improvement. Design professional development programs, align the identified capabilities and needs of human resources. Initiate data-driven intervention for faculty and staff professional development. Number two, improvement of financial management. Adopt digitized systems and processes in enhancing capability in the finance system. Promote a culture of transparency and accountability. Ensure judicious utilization of funds. Three, enhancement of the physical facilities, equipment and tools. Assessment of existing physical facilities, equipment and tools as basis for identification of the needs of their rehabilitation or repair. Conversion of non-functional facilities into a more productive campus spaces. Improve service centers,
instructional rooms, laboratories, and other essential facilities. Implement guidelines on efficient and effective utilization of physical facilities, equipment, and tools. Install facilities and equipment that will ensure learners and employees' health and safety. Create partnership for additional funding for the college's infrastructure plans. Conduct regular assessment and monitoring of allotment obligation and disbursements. Number four, upgrading of curriculum and instruction. Assess existing curriculum of each program and course as basis for the upgrade. Localize existing curriculum to respond to the needs of the community. Integrate digital entrepreneurship and e-commerce in the curriculum. Establish a digital learning management system. Benchmark international instructional design and practices. conduct inventory of level accreditation of the college's courses as basis for improvement, apply for accreditation for new courses or programs. 5. Enhancement of student support and services development. We need to expand students' access to education, digitize enrollment process, provide internet access in instructional rooms, service centers and laboratories, support relevant students affair programs, projects, and activities, strengthen partnership for students' substantial research, on-the-job training, and other opportunities for development and employment, and offer additional scholarship grants for qualified students. Number 6, strengthening research development. Lead in the development of teacher education research programs among public and private teacher education institutions. Conduct an inter-college research festival with MPC as the host or the chair. Utilize the student and faculty research output in improving this institution. Share research expertise and competence and educational research to the community of learners and professional research enthusiasts. Provide research incentives to faculty and undergraduates and graduate students whose outstanding research skills are exemplary research output. Provide merit to the college and significant contribution to the teacher education or the educational technology. And allocate funds for research and development projects, including capability development of faculty and students in conducting a publishing quality research outputs. 7, establishment of assessment centers. Evaluate the assessment facilities of the college. We need to allocate funds for the construction of facilities and acquisition of equipment, tools, and assessment centers. Establish and implement guidelines on efficient and effective utilization of assessment centers. 8, expansion of community extension services program. We can provide services to the faculty, to the college adopted communities through training of teachers and other educators, leadership training, teaching literacy skills, and livelihood training for the various community groups. And design meaningful and sustainable extension programs and services. Number 9, strengthen partnership with stakeholders. We can engage stakeholders in creating sustainable programs and projects. Maintain and sustain existing partnership. Intensification of local and foreign linkages. Create a stronger linkage among Polytechnic College and other technology-oriented universities and college. Build a linkage among local and international teacher education through benchmarking to provide more opportunities of students and members of faculty. Conceptualize the design innovative programs intended to strengthen and sustain existing linkages of the college. Establish international opportunities for faculty and students through academic and cultural exchange program, international paper presentation and publication, as well as cross-cultural information sharing, a support professional and intellectual horizon. 11, improvement of the digital competitiveness. Allocate budget, invest digital technologies, and ensure implementation of the efficient and effective utilization of the digital technology. And number 12, gearing the institution towards ISO. Review existing college process as the base of alignment with international organization for standard. Create a technical working group to oversee the college process for ISO certification. Establish a committee closely monitor, assess, and implement the Citizens Charter to ensure institution efficient and effective service to its stakeholders. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Trinidad. May I ask Sir Argilius to escort Dr. Trinidad? Thank you, sir. We would like to acknowledge the presence of our Commissioner, Lilian de las Llagas, Welcome po, ma'am, to MPC. Okay, thank you very much. Our next presenter, nandito na po ba yung next presenter natin? The next presenter is Dr. Raymond Makatanga. So, standby po muna tayo. Nandito na po ba si Dr. Makatanga sa o sinusundo pa siya sa holding room? Okay, so hintayin lang po natin ng konti si Dr. Makatanga. So refreshing to see other people again personally. Ano po? Masayang makita uli ang mga kasama natin sa trabaho. Personally, kasi usually nakikita-kita kami sa webinars lang. And also, I told our student, iba pala yung feeling na makakita uli ng estudyante na naka-uniform, na present siya dyan. Usually kasi sa online lang namin sila nakikita, sa chats lang. Sila yung nagchat-chat ng kahit alas 12 ng gabi, nagchat-chat pa rin. Yon. Although we told our students that we have our virtual office hours, no, ng 7 to 5, we still entertain them, no? So hopefully everyone is okay and relaxed. I think we have coffee there at the back. And I guess this is also our time to acknowledge the other committee, no? So ang food po natin ay si Ma'am Irene ang bahala. Okay, would like and we would also like to acknowledge the guests with Commissioner de las Llagas, Ma'am Blaze Regasio, the Executive Assistant, and asan na po sila? Ayun. And Ma'am Lou, welcome po sa MPC. Yeah, thank you very much. Pagpapasensyahan nyo na po ang aming mainit na pagtanggap. Literal na mainit sa MPC. Okay? And let us welcome Dr. Raymond C. Makatanga for his presentation.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, to the honorable members of the Board of Trustees, the Search Committee for President, and to the other stakeholders in attendance in this public presentation. The public presentation allows me the opportunity to present my plans to each of the Honorable Board of Trustees, the Search Committee for President, and the stakeholders in attendance for your kind consideration as the next president of Marikina Polytechnic College, should I meet the criteria set in the selection process. I would like to thank each and every one of you present for my inclusion to the shortlist. It is the singular goal of each of us in the academe to be given a chance of heading an educational institution charged with the formation of the youth and who are the future of our country. I will now proceed with my presentation with your kind indulgence. My proposed vision is for Marikina Polytechnic College envisions itself as a recognized technology-driven higher educational institution which produces graduates who are well prepared for the global digital-driven workplace. Our mission, the Marikina Polytechnic College, is committed in producing competent, responsible, and resilient professionals who are ready for the qualifications set by the industries and immediately contribute to nation building. We had completed our first full school year under the new normal. Both private and public education institutions had faced challenges. This includes the stakeholders of this institution. Technology has been at the forefront of providing solutions to these challenges. And it is my personal belief that embracing technology is the way to move forward. We have to admit that the future is already here. Change being one of the constants in our world, we need to adapt and adopt in order to cope with the transition as part of the evolutionary process. Thus, the summary of the vision and mission of Marikina Polytechnic College is being resilient in the face of disruptive innovation. How can we become a recognized technology-driven higher education institution? We will achieve this through the development goals, starting with administration. Our goal is to improve the SUC level of MPC. On our first year, we will conduct a management audit and review the qualifications and competencies of faculty and administrators and identify the problem areas in the institution's service delivery system to eliminate the bottlenecks and red tape. This includes the formulation of the 4-year strategic plan and budget and setting of key performance indices of the institution. We will plan and establish the quality management system to qualify for ISO 9001-2015 certification, starting on the second year. The digitization of MPC will involve the establishment of a college and work management system for academic and administration of divisions and upgrading the MPC website to serve as the main portal for students, faculty members, administrators, and the alumni. The adoption of a paperless environment and the digitization of all records will improve the delivery and the efficiency of services of the stakeholders. Reorganization of the institution in order to increase efficiency, productivity of all faculty and administrators. MPC will be repositioned to become the science and technology and innovation hub in the Eastern National Capital Region by offering new degree programs. Education 4.0 is purposeful approach to learning that lines up to the fourth industrial revolution and about transforming the future of education using advanced technology and automation. Creativity is the foundation of Education 4.0. It emphasizes the need to prepare students to take on the challenges heads on. To keep up with the change, one has to revisit the traditional educational paradigm with a futuristic approach. Students should be adept and with skill set with the fast-changing technology. They should be led and not instructed. Information should be accessible but not fed to them. As part of the digitization efforts, we will procure and adopt a learning management system to improve the method and delivery of instruction to our students. Both general and vocational education should aim the making students skill ready to compete with the outside labor force. This will require the updating and upgrading of NC certificate programs of MPC and the introduction of a new micro-credentialing program focusing on information technology and multimedia arts, and the Bachelor of Science programs in cybersecurity, e-commerce, data analytics, data science, supply chain management and logistics, and information technology education. We will be forging agreements with industry partners for internship and job on-the-job programs. The forging of linkages with country-based educational institutions for new program offerings, research, grants, and aid to augment the MPC's budget. Next. In terms of faculty and employee development, to uplift the quality of instruction, we will conduct capability building for faculty members and employees to enhance their technology, innovation, and creativity skills through series of trainings so we can further implement Education 4.0 in our institution. Next. We will assess the Research and Development Center in terms of its competency in leading the institution, in mentoring the faculty members and students in developing and producing quality and innovative research and output. Establish an institutional policy and guidelines in the conduct of research and inventions. The establishment of an IT startup hub at MPC, which will be part of the research and development program, staffed by the students and faculty members. The hub aims to be an incubator for business and entrepreneurial innovation in science and technology. The funding will be a combination of a provision in the budget and the grants which can be availed from the Department of Science and Technology, Department of Trade and Industry, and the Department of Information Communications Technology under Republic Act number 11337 or the Innovative Startup Act. We will digitize the library system with the adoption of e-library catalog. The learning materials to be developed by the faculty members for the use of learning management system for the establishment of MPC Multimedia Center. Next. We will implement proper inventory and preventive maintenance schedule for all physical and laboratory equipment and facilities of MPC. In preparation for the gradual reopening of classes for limited face-to-face, we will upgrade and convert physical and laboratory facilities based on the requirements set by CHED, IATF, DOH, and the local government of Marikina. The establishment of Multimedia Center for faculty members' content generation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bacatanga. You may go with Sir Argilius po. Thank you, sir. So we will be going to the next presenter. Our third presenter is Dr. Rene Colocar. So hintayin natin si Sir Colocar. Medyo malayo po kasi ang holding room. Para sure na hindi nila maririnig ang mga presentation ng bawat isa kasi ano siya, secret. Yeah. So I hope you are still enjoying your time there. Medyo mahaba po ang ating oras. Andito na po si Dr. Colocar. Let us welcome the third applicant, Dr. Rene Colocar.
If anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come, and the old has gone, and the new is here. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. All the way from Mindoro, I came here not to impress you, but rather to present my good aspiration for MPC. At this juncture, allow me to present the following. So to start with, have the courage to create your own path and leave the trail of footstep. My strategic development for this institution, at the same time, the framework that serves as direction for a proper planning. Where are we now? So this institution is anchored to the Republic Act 92889, which serves as a mandate of every single task given to every single member of this institution. You have this as you planned before, and your vision. You do have also your distinct mission, your program offerings. Now, with that history of yours and accomplishment, where do we want to go? Ano ang dapat panindigan ng MPC? We should create infinite possibilities for lifelong learning. My proposed vision, future-ready technological college in the country, of course, that is intended for God and humanity. Mission, Marikina Polytechnic College is committed to produce highly competent, ethical, service-oriented 21st technopreneurs and educational leaders that contribute to the national and global development. The core values, we should be mindful, philanthropic, and cordial. Our development goals. We have Goal 101 under Curriculum and Instruction, implementation of new teaching and learning modalities for better normal, introduction of new curriculum programs, school partnership through school twinning and academic institution sisterhood, and integration of Green Hub campus in the curriculum. Under Goal 102, Research and Development, MPC should serve as a center for Marikina studies. Likewise, there should be a collaborative research with other institutions and organizations, publication of research journal, presentation of research output both in national and international, research grant application, and of course, we should have MPC tracer study. Next. Under Goal 103, Community Extension Services, strengthening e-service learning, facilitate livelihood program related to shoe and leather craft industry, offering executive program intended for community, institutionalization of college disaster risk reduction and management department, of course, improve quality of service and strengthen accountability. Under Goal 104, under quality assurance, increase participation in AACUP accreditation and ISO certification, implementation of industry-based and dual education curriculum. We do have also a scholarship program for teaching and non-teaching staff, technology-driven student services, enrollment procedure, etc., development, validation, and standardization of SPMS mechanism, COPC acquisition and leveling up of SUC status, and high performance in board-related courses. What are the ways forward? 4.0, MPC development perks. So the standard as follows. We have intercultural exchange program, e-library and mobile library, MPCT shuttle bus, teachers exchange opportunities, MPC teaching and non-teaching health card, MPC spiritual, social, and physical wellness, stakeholders forum and MPC open house, alumni testimonial congress, MPC job expo, and high employability rate. So what exactly the mantra of MPC? So it spell out our public service. And when we say public service is our institution and public service is our people. To end my presentation, do everything with a good heart and expect nothing in return, and you will never be disappointed. To everyone, sa inyo po, taga-MPC, habang kayo'y lumalangoy sa karagatan ng karunungan, sa dako pa roon, makasusumpong ng dalampasigan ng kaginhawahan. Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat.
Thank you very much, sir. Ang layo ng pinanggalingan ni sir. Thank you, sir. And Sir Argilius, you have to escort Dr. Colocar now. Okay. So narinig na po natin ang kanilang mga development goals for MPC. And inhale, exhale muna tayo. Relax muna tayo ng konti. Okay? And this is the time that we will be listening to a song number from our alumni. Nandiyan na ba ang ating alumni? So, meron tayong singer na mekaniko. Yan. It's so nice, no? And also, I would like to thank him for coming over to MPC kasi graduate na nga siya pero willing pa rin siyang mag-serve sa atin. And may I introduce Mr. Claro Rovic Aguila. He's a former BIT automotive student. Let us give him a warm applause.
Magandang umaga po. Lahat naman po tayo may problema, di ba? So yung kanta ko ngayon, para sa mga problema na dumating sa atin, na alam natin kaya nating lampasan. Kaya tuloy pa rin yung buhay.
Okay man audio? Okay man audio?
Lumipas ng kadiliman ng araw, dahan-dahan lang tumigising at ngayon'y babawin na. Muntik nang nasanay ako sa aking pag-iisa. Kaya nang iwanan ang bakas ng kahapon ko. Tuloy pa rin ang awit ng buhay ko. Pagman ang hugis ng puso mo, handa na kong amunin ang aking mundo, pagkat tuloy pa rin. Kung minsan pa hinahanap ang alaala ng iyong alin, inaamin ko na kay tagal pa bago malilimutan ito. Maulit muli ang naiwan nating pag-ibig. Tanggap na at natututo pang harapin ang katotohanan ito. Oh, ito'y pa rin ang awit ng buhay ko. Magpagman ang hugis ng puso mo, handa na kong amunin ang aking mundo, pagkat tuloy pa rin. Muntik na nasanay ako sa aking pag-iisa, kaya nang iwanan ang bakas ng kahapon ko. Tuloy pa rin ang awit ng buhay ko, pagman ang hugis ng puso mo, handa na kong amunin ang aking mundo, basta tuloy pa rin. Ayan. May second song pa po ako. Sino po yung nagti-TikTok dito? Kung yung mga nagti-TikTok po dito, alam po yung kantang to. May second song titled Crazier by Taylor Swift. I'd never gone with the wind, just let it flow. Let it take me where it wants to go, till you open the door. There's so much more, I've never seen it before. I was trying to fly, but I couldn't find the wings. And you came along and you changed everything. You lift my feet off the ground, you spin me around. You make me crazier, crazier. Feels like I'm falling and I'm lost in your eyes. You make me crazier, crazier, crazier. I watch from the distance as you made life your own. Every sky was your own kind of blue, and I wanted to know how that would feel. And you made it so real. You showed me something that I couldn't see. You opened my eyes and you made me believe. You lift my feet off the ground, spin me around. You make me crazier, crazier. Feels like I'm falling and I'm lost in your eyes. You make me crazier, crazier, crazier. You show me something really peaceful. I don't wanna hide anymore.
the ground, spin me around. You make me crazier, crazier. Feels like I'm falling tonight. I'm lost in your eyes. You make me crazier, crazier, crazier. Thank you po.
Thank you very much, Claro. Sorry for the delay. Nag-sanitize pa kami ng microphone. Yan. Yan ang bagong ano natin ngayon, practice. No? Sanitize, sanitize, and sanitize. Okay, ang lamig ng boses ni Robin, no? Yeah, nakakatuwa naman. And we are going to proceed to the next part of the program, and this is what will happen. So this is the open forum already. So the 7 sector representatives shall each ask a question, and we will begin with Mr. Tayawan, and then followed by Councilor Fabis, and then Attorney Feliciano, and then Miss Magdaong, Miss Sumera, Miss Austria, and Mr. Estacio. So ganun po yung magiging round ng question natin. And then after Sir Estacio has asked a question, the applicant shall pick 3 questions from the fishbowl, na kay Ma'am Marilyn po yung fishbowl. Yan. So pipili po sila ng question doon. Okay. Shall we proceed with our first applicant, Dr. Jeffrey C. Trinidad? May timer pa rin po ito, 2 minutes pa rin per question. Dapat may mic yung mga dito. Let us welcome Dr. Jeffrey C. Trinidad.
Hello.
Hello, Mike. Mike test. Mike test. Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Trinidad.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Okay. This is my question. Tell us about an encouraging higher education innovation that you are aware of. Why it is innovative, what value will it bring to Marikina Polytechnic College, and what will you do to incorporate it into your presidency? Ulitin ko po. Tell us about an encouraging higher education innovation that you are aware of. Why it is innovative, what value it will bring to Marikina Polytechnic College, and what will you do to incorporate it into your presidency?
Thank you, sir. I would like to encourage the higher education to uh, to s- uh, to spend on the information technology, because as part of the plan in my 12-point presentation is the integration of uh, digital processes and e-commerce. This will improve the industry. For example, in Marikina, we can advertise this through using the internet and produce more products, more jobs, uh, and eventually it will help the community and also the nation building.
Thank you.
Morning, Dr. Jeffrey Trinidad.
Good morning, Consi.
My question is, can you give me an honest assessment of the standard of education here at the MPC? And how do you intend to maintain or improve the said standard?
The standard of MPC. Well, I think we are of standard. The MPC is within the standard naman po, because they are following the CHED curriculum. It's just that maybe we need more equipment. We need more technology that will help the student. That will help. We need to capacitate our faculty in order for us to give to give more good products. I mean, to help the students in their craft. Um, we need to train students. We need to capitalize on the technology in order to be at par with the other country.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, Dr. Trinidad. Our question is this: how important do you think is the role of the MPC president in community development to the academic technological institution?
The position of the president is very important because it will be the president who will coordinate all the projects, the plan for the school. So there should, if there's a good connection, if there's good rapport within with the local government or with the other agency, I think there will be more projects. It will be more productive for both sides, for Marikina City and for the school per se.
Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning po. Ah, ang question ko po is, how can you visualize our school to students 2 years from now if you will be our next school president?
Thank you. 2 years from now, I envision the school um, to have to have professional growth when it comes to faculty members and instruction. We have better facilities. I mean, we have good facilities, but we are planning to give more um visible facilities. We have to strengthen. We will strengthen the partnership with other with the industry in order for us to ensure the training, ensure the immersion, and ensure the employment of the students. And of course, the improvement, of course, of the curriculum, particularly in the integration of entrepreneurship and e-commerce.
Good afternoon. Ay, good morning.
Good morning po.
From the non-teaching staff, we prepared several questions, but luckily, they have given this to me. Sir, how do you solve diversity in our college?
Diversity, ma'am. Well, we in all schools or in all institution, it is expected that we have different views. We have different values. We agree to disagree on things. But the most important thing is that we talk on the problems. We sit down and talk and resolve everything by simply by talking.
Hello. Bukas na. Good morning, Dr. Trinidad.
Good morning po, ma'am.
If you win this search, how do you want to be remembered as a past president, and how do you plan to do that? Thank you.
How I would like to be remembered as the past president? I would like to be remembered as a past president by you will remember me for listening to your needs, for someone who you can talk to, and someone who will listen, who will talk to everyone without any hesitation or something like that. Someone who will listen to your needs.
Good morning, Dr. Trinidad.
Good morning, sir.
This is Ferdy from representing the Alumni Association. Nabanggit niyo po ito kanina sa inyong slides. This is just a follow-up question perhaps. One of the mandates of MPC is for it to be the center of development for shoe and leather craft industry in Marikina.
Papa.
What programs will you implement in order to attain this mandate, and perhaps how?
Okay, sir. Just what I've said, the programs I'm planning, as stated in the 12-point agenda, first is the faculty development, the professional development of the faculty and the instructors. Second is the upgrading of the facilities, especially in preparation for the on-site classes. Third, the strengthening of partnership to ensure the ample opportunities for students for training, for immersion, and for employment. And the last one, the upgrading of curriculum, particularly in the integration of entrepreneurship and e-commerce.
3 questions, sir, from our fishbowl. Thank you, ma'am. So our first question. Your first question, sir. MPC is the only SUC wherein TESDA sits in its governing board. MPC is the only SUC wherein TESDA sits in its governing board. How do you plan to work with TESDA, given that MPC co-shares the property with them?
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. In my 12-point agenda, if you have noticed, one of the agenda there is the okay po, is the establishment of the assessment centers. Okay, assessment centers. Okay, this will help the students, the teachers, and the community in general. So, alam ko po na ang part ng dahil teacher education curriculum po tayo, we need TESDA. Okay? We need TESDA. Kailangan natin sila for training, kailangan natin sila for um, for our training management when it comes to technical education. Importante po na meron pong uh, there is a clear communication plan with the TESDA and the community. Lahat po ay importante, lalo na pagdating po dito. So dahil technical education nga po tayo, then we need TESDA para makuha po natin yung objectives natin.
That's it, sir.
Thank you po.
Okay, our next question is, what are your plans for the development of non-teaching employees? What are your plans for the development of non-teaching employees?
My plans for the non-teaching employees. Same thing with the teaching employees po. There will be trainings po to capacitate the non-teaching employees. They will be given also opportunities. For example, ma'am, they will also be given, if there's an available item, it will be placed under the transparency board, so it will be open to everyone. I mean, everyone will be given an equal opportunity for this said item. Plus, we can work out some siguro mga incentives for the performance if you're doing good job in doing their task.
Okay, next question, sir. Do you know the current SUC level of MPC? If yes, what is the SUC level?
No.
Shall I answer the? Shall we give him the level? Opo, SUC level 1 po kami. Okay. So how will you make it happen that MPC will be at SUC 2?
Okay. In my 12-point agenda, I think meron diyan yung level of accreditation. Meron po ako dong nilagay regarding the level of accreditation. Una, of course, we need to assess the school, the facts and the details. After that, based from that assessment, po pwede po nating we need to get more partners for the training. Kaya nga we need to strengthen their linkages and the local and international linkages for the training of our teachers. I know in the past may mga nagiging trainings din ang MPC. Meron nabasa ko sa history that you have your training in Canada, Germany, or Australia. So if still existing, then I think we need to sustain. If not, or kung yun pa rin, I think we need to get more for the trainings of the teachers.
Thank you very much, sir. Yan. So sir is off the hook now. So, bigyan naman natin siya ng palakpakan para pampagana lalo. Pinawisan si sir. Ganyan ka-hot ang MPC. Ayan. Thank you very much, Dr. Trinidad. Is our second candidate already here? Our next applicant is Dr. Raymond Makatanga. Yeah, medyo mainit talaga dito sa AC. Ganyan ka-hot si MPC. Okay. So wait lang po natin si Dr. Makatanga. How are you doing there? Still okay? Sanitize po muna ulit ng kamay. May alcohol naman dyan, may mga tissue. And smile ng konti, kaway-kaway, sir. Hanggang kawayan lang kami ng mga co-faculty ko eh. So we have our next applicant. Let's welcome Dr. Raymond Makatanga.
Good morning, Dr. Makatanga. Okay, my question is, tell us about an encouraging higher education innovation that you are aware of. Why it is innovative, what value it will bring to Marikina Polytechnic College, and what will you do to incorporate it into your presidency? Ulitin ko. Tell us about an encouraging higher education innovation that you are aware of. Why it is innovative, what value it will bring to Marikina Polytechnic College, what will you do to incorporate it into your presidency?
Thank you. So basically, as I mentioned in my presentation, number one, we cannot go away with technology. We need to utilize technology in this time. And number one, the use of learning management system. We need that for instruction. And number two, we need to link with partnerships that could enable us to help us in our instruction like Microsoft and Google so that we may be able to utilize email, forms, and video conferencing that are available already with either Microsoft or Google. Being a Microsoft Education Ambassador, one of the 1,000 in the Philippines, we could easily tap Microsoft Philippines so that Marikina Polytechnic College would be supported by Microsoft. And we had done this in Fatima. We had been given free softwares and free emailing services that had been utilized by my college. That's all.
Thank you.
Morning, Dr. Makatanga. Can you give me an honest assessment of the standard of education here at the MPC? And how do you intend to maintain or improve such standard?
In my personal assessment of MPC, probably we have not yet instituted the use of technology, number one, because our website is not working. That's one. Number two, our website needs to be integrated with either Google or Microsoft so we could use the potentials of technology in education. We could not go away with the pandemic. As experts would say, it will take 5 years. And majority of the educational institutions, local or international, had said that technology has been their pivot in terms of promoting education already. So my vision really is that MPC would be a technology-driven higher education institution. And that would be my advocacy as president, that it would be known that in Marikina, we are number one in terms of technology in Eastern National Capital Region.
Good morning, Dr. Makatanga. Our question from the LGU is this: how important do you think is the role of the MPC president in community development through the academic technological institution?
Thank you, attorney. So my plans for MPC in terms of LGU, number one, there should be a good partnership with MPC and the local government unit of Marikina. I had planned to partner MPC to the schools division of Marikina. And number two, we would also partner with with the local government unit in terms of helping the LGU for digitization process. Number two, we would help LGU for that MPC would be creating certificate programs to help the local government employees. So presently, we don't have a public administration either in Pilmar or either in MPC. So we would help the LGU employees to be catered by MPC through education, continuing education.
Good morning po.
Morning.
Representing student body, how can you visualize our school to students 2 years from now if you will be our next school president?
My advocacy as a leader is consultative assembly. I need to hear the voices of each stakeholders so that I may be able to institute the reforms. In terms of student, of course, I want to hear the current situation of the students at MPC. And 2 years after, we would be able to say that we had already helped you in terms of uplifting your education through the use of Education 4.0, meaning the use of technology in education. Number two, because of the partnership with linkages with industry partners, we would address your 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 work after graduation. Because at the end, as an educational institution, we must help our students to be employed after graduation. With a strong partnership with industry partners, we could address on-the-job training towards employment. In your second year, you would be able to see that the use of technology and education, the pandemic would not stop you, but continue you in your education. Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Let's go to human resources. How do you solve diversity in our college?
Number one, as mentioned, we would be doing consultative assembly. Meaning, we would be able to hear the voices of the faculty, the non-teaching personnel, even the students and alumni, a holistic approach so that we may be able to know the problems. The second, I also mentioned in my first year as president, we would be doing management audit reviews, meaning we would be able to know the capabilities of our personnel so that they would be tasked to do their things that they see that they're supposed to be doing. So in dealing with diversity, we could say that by having constant dialogue, management was able to hear your problems, we would assess and we will address. So constant dialogue is the success of a good institution in dealing with diversity.
Good morning, Dr.
Morning, Ma'am Lilibet.
If you win this search, how do you want to be remembered as a past president? And how do you plan to do that?
Probably I would be called as a pandemic president because of the situation. And I will be remembered that we had not stopped because of the pandemic. Secondly, we had introduced innovations to MPC. Innovation in terms that we would need to make MPC known outside Marikina, recognized as a leading institution in terms of technology and other programs. We need to go forward and never backwards. That is our main goal. So I would be remembered as the one who had pushed to the limits of MPC uh, to the another years to come for the institution.
Good morning, Dr. Makatanga.
Morning.
Question from the Alumni Association. One of the mandates of MPC is for it to be the center of development for shoe and leather craft industry in Marikina.
Yes.
What programs will you implement in order to attain this mandate, and perhaps how?
Number one, since that is stipulated in our Republic Act as mandate for MPC, number one, we should be able to improve further the capabilities of our students and faculty members. Capacitate the faculty members so that they would be able to mentor their students well. Second, we need to identify the industries near Marikina around the university and partner with them. The third, we need to realize that we need to partner with other countries such as Italy, who are known for leather. If we would be able to partner ourselves with the Embassy of Italy, then there would be an exchange of ideas so that we could be better known as a shoe capital, leather capital of the Philippines. So we need to make sure that we need to adapt to change, and that could be done through partnership, both local and abroad.
Thank you, sir. So you pick your next questions. Ma'am Tita po. Okay. Your first question, sir. What is your track record to push for the fourth industrial revolution in education? What is your track record to push for the fourth industrial revolution in education?
Being a dean of the College of Computer Studies, handling 5 campuses of Our Lady of Fatima University, and all of the 4 out of 5 campuses are accredited by PAAP. The highest level is level 3 accreditation, and we had launched our 5th campus in Laguna for its government permit. I could say that my credentials being a board member of the Philippine Society of IT Educators in the Philippines is one of the advantage. The second would be as a former member of the COMELEC Advisory Council under the DICT from 2015 to 2020 with a good partnership with DICT. And recently, I was awarded also of my scientific and technological eligibility by DOST. So all of these credentials will be used to push forward in making MPC reach its goal for Education 4.0 as mandated by Industry 4.0.
Okay, thank you, sir. Next is, what do you think is the most challenging aspect of the MPC's mandate under RA 9289? And what are your breakthrough goals to overcome this? Again, what do you think is the most challenging aspect of the MPC's mandate under RA 9289? And what are your breakthrough goals to overcome this?
Number one, of course, we should be able to address what is the current situation of MPC. So in that case, if we would be able to know the current situation, we would be able to address it. Second, probably would be the appeal to the Honorable Congressman of the Marikina District, 2nd District, and to the 1st District to be able to update the Republic Act so that we could wider the mandate of MPC and adopt the changes that is happening currently with technology. So, of course, we would not go away with the current mandate in terms of being a center of development for shoe and leather craft. We should cultivate it, and we should be known through the whole country, being the shoe capital of the Philippines. We will strengthen what we currently have, and moving forward, adapt to changes.
Yes, sir. This is your third question. If chosen as the new president of MPC, what will be your priorities or plan of action for your first 100 days?
The first 100 days, as mentioned earlier, would be a management audit review. Then on the onwards, we would be able to assess immediately the technological aspects. So at first, we will be doing linkages and partnerships to technology-based companies such as Microsoft and Google as part of the 100 days so that we may be able to immediately implement the use of .edu.ph in either Google or in Microsoft. In that way, we'll be able to we would be able to make the university address its problems in terms of flexible learning. As we all know, in flexible learning, one aspect of that would be online education. So that would be number one. And number two, we would be able to talk with the DICT and DOST. Being part of the COMELEC Advisory Council and together with the affiliation of DOST, I'm aware that there is a project of ASTI that has been given to Ateneo, giving them internet connection coming from ASTI of DOST. In that way, the current internet connectivity of MPC will be strengthened by another government which is DOST. So in that way, in the 100 days, we had already addressed technology problems. Number two, we had already addressed we had already known the problems of our employees. We need to address them in terms of training so that they may be able to teach properly during the flexible learning. And then on the second year, we would be able to use, of course, our own budget because as you all know, in this year, thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Makatanya. Palakpakan naman natin si Sir. Yan, you may go with Sir Argilies. Okay. So, we have our last candidate or applicant, no? So, hintayin lang natin ng konti si Sir, ha? Ini-escort lang yung ano. Again, medyo malayo po kasi yung holding room namin, kaya hintay-hintay tayo. Although may mga ushers naman po na nag-a-assist sa kanila. Naka-challenge yung mga question nila, no? Na-imagine ko kung ako yung applicant, no? Parang nakakatakot mag-apply. Kaya kanina sabi ni Dr. Bersales, are you up to the challenge? Yan, nandito na po si Dr. Rene Colocar, our third applicant.
Good morning, Dr. Rene Colocar. From the question from the private sector, tell us about an encouraging higher education innovation that you are aware of. Why it is innovative, what value it will bring to Marikina Polytechnic College, and what will you do to incorporate it in your presidency? Ulitin ko po. Tell us about an encouraging higher education innovation that you are aware of. Why it is innovative, what value it will bring to Marikina Polytechnic College, and what will you do to incorporate it in your presidency?
Thank you for that question. Before I go further, allow me to greet first the Transformative Commissioner, Commissioner Lily de las Llagas, of course, with Director Lou Valencia. Good morning po. with that question of Sir, uh, uh, for the benefit of everyone, as is stated in my proposed vision, this institution will become a future-ready technological college in the country. With the advent and with the intricacies of different problems that we are facing now, this institution must always be ready to any challenging roles that we might be facing for. One of which is the technology and of course the management at the same time. So it's a conglomeration of those advent of technological innovation and managerial competence for us to guide and manage properly the entire institution of MPC. So that's all, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Colocar, good morning, sir. Can you give me an honest assessment of the standard of education here at the MPC? And how do you intend to maintain or improve said standard?
Thank you, Councilor, for that question. I do believe with the able leadership of our CHED Commissioner, being the chairman of the Board of Trustees, MPC is always in good hand. They are always bound to the mandates given, considering per program, and considering that the government permit is even extended to this institution. That spells out the quality education. But likewise, uh, I firmly believe that with the status of MPC now, we still need to go further and try to heighten our initiative for us to level up the present status of MPC. So in doing so, we can build another high level of integrity and credibility in the name of quality education and excellence. Thank you, Councilor.
Good morning, Dr. Colocar. Our question from the LGU is this. How important do you think is the role of the MPC president in community development through the academic technological institution?
Thank you, Attorney, for that question. You know, under the mandate of this institution, under Republic Act 9289, it is spelled out that it should be a center for shoe and leather craft industry. I think this institution is the best position not to translate and cascade this mandate between and among members of the community by virtue of any technological innovation being implemented under the courses under technological and vocational courses. That's exactly the mandate of this institution. And in doing so, we could be always of help in the good aspiration and realization of whatever objectives being set by the institution in particular and the objectives of the community in general. Of course, with the able help of the local government unit. You are in the right position also to be of help in the realization of such intention. Thank you, Attorney.
Good morning po. Representing student body, how can you visualize our school to students 2 years from now if you will be our next school president?
Thank you. I'm glad you do have the student representative, the voice of the entire institution. 2 years from now, yeah, I'm sure believe that you are future ready with the able competencies which will be developed among faculty at the same time non-teaching staff with the assistance given by allied organization. Surely I firmly believe that you will be part of this institution which is definitely technologically and future ready. Salamat po.
Good morning. Ayun na. Good morning, sir. How do you solve diversity in our college?
In diversity, there is unity. There is no such monopoly of knowledge. Every single member of this institution should be a form part of any undertakings, from planning, visualizing, and it's cascading the plans. So they should be given space for them to ventilate their issues in order to be of help also in the realization of the direction of this institution. So I love diversity in an organization. Salamat po.
Good morning, Dr. Colocar. If you win this search, how do you want to be remembered as a past president? And how do you plan to do that?
Given the chance, first and foremost, magpapasalamat po ako sa Diyos. Hindi ko nga ho alam kung bakit may espiritu na pumasok sa akin para sumali dito. I want to be remembered as, as a humble person, which is, trying to be of help in the realization of everything upon giving the mandates of this institution. Yung tao, kung hindi naman po ako ang pinakamagaling na maging Pangulo nyo, sisikapin ko pong ako ay magiging mabuting Pangulo. Salamat.
Good morning, Dr. Colocar. Question from the Alumni Association. One of the mandates of MPC is for it to be the center of development for shoe and leather craft industry in Marikina. What programs will you implement in order to attain this mandate, and perhaps how?
In fact, that is the needs of MPC, the shoe and leather craft industry. For us to be more successful, we would probably like to invite industry practitioners, different establishment to come with us and be with us in this single aspiration. So, to my mind and to my heart, it would be a great of help if we will be inviting industry practitioners as regard to the mentioned intention, sir. Thank you.
Question, sir?
Ano po ang price?
Dito, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Our first question is, what is MPC to Marikina and to the country? What is MPC to Marikina and to the country? Parang pang Miss Universe yung tanong, sir.
What is MPC to Marikina and to country? As presented this morning, that should serve as a core values of MPC. M stand for mindful, P stand for philanthropic, and C cordial. Mindful in what sense? We should be aware at this point in time what is really happening in our environment, and we should care for it. Philanthropic, we should be generous enough in giving our contribution, our skills, our knowledge to the benefits of our students and the community. And we should be cordial in our services to spell out really the ethical standard of being a public servant. That is MPC for Marikina and for this country of ours.
Thank you, sir. Next is, as you see it, what is the role of the college president? What is the role of the board of trustees? As you see it, what is the role of the university president or college president? And what is the role of the board of trustees?
Yeah. To be precise and candid enough, the ultimate role of the president of this institution should serve as a guardian angel between the board of trustees and the members of the community. He should be the one to lead what is right, what is just, and what is proper and what is necessary for the benefit of the entire institution.
Okay. Next question, sir. How would you establish positive public relations between the college and the community? How would you establish positive public relations between the college and the community?
To establish such good image in the eyes of public, now we should know how to talk the walk, right? And we should have a very strong open communication, invite the stakeholders in planning, and celebrate if there are such success stories, and always value the contribution of every stakeholders and allied agency and institution. So likewise, we should establish such good performances and success stories so that we could sustainably get the support of the entire agency. Thank you. And to end, allow me to say this, knowing the past makes it easier to understand the present and less difficult to visualize the future. Magandang umaga po.
Thank you very much, Dr. Colocar. Ay, sir, dito na lang po kayo. Please take your seat at the center of the stage. We will be waiting for the other two applicants, and then after that, we will have the closing remarks. After the closing remarks, we will have the photo opportunity with the applicants. So, search committee po muna, and then the sector representatives after the search committee, and then the others would want to have a picture with our applicants. Sir, dito na po kayo, sir. Our other applicants are coming in the activity center. So, mas nakilala na natin ang ating mga applicants sa pagsagot nila ng mga tanong kanina. Yan. They have accepted the challenge. Okay. On Okay. We're waiting for the Sir, upo po muna kayo. Hintayin po natin yung kung ready na si ma'am kasi she'll be joining us online. So, alam niyo naman po pag online. Yan, so we'll be waiting. I guess for a little while, no? Para marinig natin si Attorney Lily Freda Emilia, the officer in charge. Pasensya na po kayo sa aming hot, hot MPC. Hopefully, magkakaroon kami ng mas malamig na activity center or auditorium, no, in the near future. In the nearest future. Kumusta po kaya ang ating online audience? I heard we are in FB Live. So hopefully, they have grasped the gist of the applicant's answer. And I'm sure meron silang kanya-kanyang mga kanya-kanyang mga bet. Di lang ako makapag-open ng GC namin, pero I'm sure meron na yung mga nag-uusap-usap sa mga GC. So parang parang pagka yung live din, no? Kasi dati po dito rin kami. And then medyo matagal. Kasi last time we have 5 applicants. So parang umabot kami ng after lunch. Oo, dito din. I remember nandun ako sa second sa second floor, nandun kami nakikinig na nakaraan. Yan. So, hopefully, maganda naman ang impression nyo sa aming college. And also, we would like to acknowledge yung mga committee no, na busy ngayong araw na to at nag-serve sa MPC kahit na risky ang ating mga fellow professors nandiyan. And also yung mga sector representatives natin, thank you for taking time from your busy schedule no, to be here in MPC. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. And also our search committee. Nagagandahan at nagagwapuhang mga search committee. And as usual, seasoned. Seasoned lagi ang ating search committee. Yun yung inassure ko sa MPC community last time, no? So that our search committee members are very seasoned and they know what they're doing. Yan. And yung ating mga ibang committee na nandyan sa area lang, no, na busy pa sila since yesterday. Andito kami yesterday. Ayan, kaway-kaway muna sa mga fellow professors natin. Hello, ating mga audio people na, audio and video, no, kuya? Audio and video kasi nagpo-project din sila sa Zoom. Okay, we're waiting for the signal. Hopefully ready. Yeah. Wala pong interview today, no? Hindi po tuloy ang interview today. So for the knowledge also of the online audience, so we'll not be proceeding with the interview today. Kasi dapat po after ng forum, meron pang interview. But we'll not be proceeding with that. So siguro po reschedule na lang. Okay pa po ba kayo? Mainit, medyo mainit. Ayan. Nakapag-refreshments na po kayo sa holding area. And also, salamat din po pala sa ating EOS team. Kaway naman po ang ating EOS team. Nandiyan sila Sir Dennis, Jaloni. Sino pa ba ang nasa EOS, sir? Si Sir RC po ba to? May ano kasi. Sir Bobbies? Yun, meron po kasing ilaw. Tsaka nakita ko si Ma'am Orozco kanina. Nandyan si Ma'am. Ayan, ayun si Ma'am. Salamat, very busy. Na nandito din sila kahapon. No, for the preparation. And also yung ating mga iba pang busy for this. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng inyong cooperation to make this public forum possible. Especially with these times, talagang very limited ang number of people na pwedeng mag-join. That's why we have the online audience. I wonder, ano kayang mga nasa group chat namin ngayon, ano? Sir Cos, ano ba mga nasa group chat natin ngayon? Hindi ako makapag-open ng ano eh. Wala rin ano. So, kaway-kaway sa mga GC at sa mga nagko-comment. Hindi namin makita yung mga comments nyo sa ngayon. Sino ang bet ninyo? And special thank you to our commissioner, no, Commissioner Lilian, ano, who took her time. Ma-focus naman kay commissioner para makita siya ng ating online audience. And also her guests, si Ma'am Lou and Ma'am, oh, I forgot the name of the other one. Ma'am Blaze, yun. So, pa-focus naman sa kanila sa camera para makita sila ng ating online audience. Yan. So, we're still waiting po. May we call on stage our Commissioner, Commissioner Lilian de las Llagas, for a special message. Let's give her a warm applause.
Magandang tanghali po sa ating lahat. Hindi ko na po ninanais na hawakan ng mikropono upang ako ay magsalita. Ito lang po ang State University and College na kung saan ako ay dumalo. Ito po ay simbolo ng aking genuine interest to make sure that MPC stays flying, responsive, and very innovative. Maraming salamat. Subalit, napilitan po akong magsalita, kaya po ako naupo dun sa gilid. Sabi ko, para hindi naman ako makita sa diyan. Hindi po ako mahilig sa spotlight. Listening to the questions, listening to the responses of the three courageous and committed aspirants. Ngayon pa lang natutuwa po ako at binibigay nyo ang pagkakataon upang manilbihan sa MPC. Alam po ng bawat isa kung anong klaseng commissioner si Com Lily. Mahigpit pero nakangiti. Naguutos pero nagtuturo. Nagsasabi subalit nakikinig. Kung ano ang kagustuhan ng bawat MPC community, yun po ang role ng commissioner to make sure that everything is indeed very developmental. I have summarized my comments while sitting there into 4 points. Akin pong kinukongratulate ang working committee. Pagdating ko po dito, nagustuhan ko ho yung mga bulaklak na to. Mahilig po kasi ako sa sunflower. Dahil sa diliman, yan ang simbolo ng araw at sunrise. The questions raised are very relevant. That tells us the competence, an idea on whether or not the three nominees are knowledgeable in what they want to do and how to walk the talk. They have different styles. They have different way of saying it. It is very important to run a university. Questions were raised to determine as to the competence of the three nominees to become a university manager. President is both an academic leader and an excellent manager, excellent to operate, but transformative to lead. Hindi po siya status quo. Hindi po siya thinking inside the box. Questions that have been raised have given us an opportunity to see whether or not our nominees do have the heart to carry on their function as an academic leader. You have been also very explicit in how you want to go and where you want to go and what you want to do, when questions were raised about programs that should be delivered, or whether or not diversity and unity would always be important, they talks about public values and mission of MPC. Partnership is very much emphasized because you can't live alone. The reason for being, as stated in the charter of Marikina Polytechnic College, is a shoe and leather craft of the world, the face of the country in terms of leather craft industry. That is also a very important point discussed inside the Board of Trustees. Our private sector representatives really emphasize this. Nosebleed sila dito. Okay? You have answered that, and I appreciate also mentioning about technology directed. This is very progressive. This is first industrial revolution, preparing our students to become students of the future that are globally competitive and locally adaptive. You have said that. You have seen in your presentation how you like to be evaluated and measured on the basis of your programs. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. And problems and programs have been enumerated. You are very thematic and you are very programmatic. You have different styles. You have different personalities. You cut across the biological age, I'm sure. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying right now is I am so extremely happy I came. I trust the creativity, innovation, and intelligence of my search committee. No other person could be given as qualitatively processual and quantitatively processual, no less than the Vice President for Finance and UP professor, UP Dean of Statistics. If I want data, if I want information, and I want insights, it would be very important to put Lita Bersales, a dear friend of mine. We both together serve UP then and Secretary General and USEC of Philippine Statistics Authority. And no one can say that Virginia Aquiate is not seasoned. She's very seasoned. And of course, she knows the policies, she knows procedures, and she knows everything about CHED, and who would also be very, very much important in trying to analyze what a higher education institution is all about. And I'm very sure for other members of the search committee, Doctor, you were introduced to me, bata ka pa pala. And I'm happy. This is a good mix of quality, quantity, and what we call education with a soul. The soul to run MPC, and the all questions given would be guiding me when they present their roadmap inside the Board of Trustees. I must say, I fully trust the search committee. I fully trust the secretariat. I fully trust the secretary of the board. And to tell you frankly, I have always given my 100% support for MPC. I have assigned Attorney Lily OIC. She is a lawyer with a big heart, you know, and she would always be on top to say that MPC is going to be MPC of now, the future, and beyond. On that note, thank you for giving me this space. Ayoko po talaga sanang magsalita, subalit sinabi po ni Dr. Lisa Bersales, ni Virginia Aquiate, at tinanong din po ni Attorney Lily, binulungan din ako ni Ma'am Sugay. Hindi po ako nakatanggi, kaya ako po ngayon ay nagsalita. Maraming salamat sa inyo at ikinagagalak ko po kayong makilala. Maraming salamat po sa local government unit. And most important to emphasize at the end of my conversation, The local government unit is the most indispensable partner. MPC should be relevant to the needs of our local government. We should be considered as a knowledge-based source, and therefore MPC should provide evidence base for the decision-making of the local government unit. On that, good day. Thank you very much. And I wish you all success. God bless us all.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Lilian de las Llagas. Maraming salamat po. It is MPC's honor, ma'am, that you visited us today. It's my first time seeing you. Thank you very much po, ma'am. Hindi ako makakamay, ma'am eh. Thank you very much. Buti na lang napilit sila nila Dr. Brisales and Ma'am Aquiato and the others, no? Okay. Thank you very much, Ma'am Lelas Llagas. And as of this time, I think we are ready to listen to the closing remarks of Attorney Lily Fida Emilia, CESO 4, Officer in charge of the Office of the President. She'll be joining us online.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Am I coming clear? Naririnig po ba ako?
Yes, attorney. Sige po. Maliwanag po.
Okay. Salamat po. Of course, to our ever lovely, inspiring, and supportive chairperson of the governing board of the MPC, Dr. Lilian de las Llagas. Magandang umaga, ma'am. I would have wanted to be there to personally meet you and show you MPC, but we will do it, ma'am, in better times. And to the other members of the board, of the governing board are present here. To Director Luisa Valencia of CHED's Office of Institutional Quality Assurance and Governance. Thank you, Ma'am Lu, for coming. To the search committee led by the ever reliable and likewise inspiring Dr. Lisa Bersales, and its members, Dr. Aquiate, President Ronquillo, Attorney Sunga, Dr. Cos. Truly, ma'am, Lily, this is a very distinguished search committee, and I've seen and I've sat in many search committees for that. Of course, our public forum secretariat and committees led by Ms. Meichilu. Job well done, Ms. Meichilu. To the EOSH team, they ensure the safety and health protocols are in place. I hope Dennis and Dr. Roscoe, everything is in place. Nandiyan ang ating public health expert in Dr. Lilian de las Llagas. Okay. Of course, the representatives from our LGU, the Marikina City. I saw Attorney Princess earlier, the other representatives. Magandang araw to the faculty, staff, students, alumni, to the Marikina community, and all the interested viewers we have right now on Facebook. Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. To our gallant, very brave applicants, Dr. Trinidad Makatanga and Dr. Colocar. Indeed, it is brave of you to stand before this audience. At nandito pa si Com Lily, who knows what is at stake for MPC. This audience know what is at stake for MPC, to Marikina City, and to the whole higher education sector. Their questions show how involved they are in the search for the new president. Because they are not here just to search for a president. They are here to search for a leader that is ready to take on the promise and the future of Marikina Polytechnic College. Often we hear that Marikina Polytechnic College has had an historic past. Many of the educators in technology, in state universities, probably also in the local colleges and in private HEIs, studied and trained in this great institution. And my heart swells in great pride every time they mention, oh, nag-aral ako dyan, yung kanilang expert dun sa institution nila was trained in Marikina Polytechnic College. How MPC is a landmark in Marikina City, in this eastern part of the Metro Manila and Luzon. However, we cannot live and just reminisce of our past. We need to build together MPC as it fulfills its unique and significant mandate in the Philippine higher education landscape, its role in national development, and its leadership in polytechnic education in the Philippines and in the ASEAN. Just remember when we look towards this promise, how do we do this? We do this by just following the acronym of MPC, Marikina Polytechnic College, MPC. M, we are Marikina's pride. MPC as an institution is a leader, should be the leader in hybrid programs. It should be piloting credit transfers between TVET and higher ed and developing lifelong learners. It is both a city and institution that it represents. And of course, we need to also remember what MPC is and Marikina is to history and culture in the Philippines. P, we build on our people, the faculty, the staff, the alumni, the partners. They are the core and the anchor. C, we need to be connecting with communities and espousing social responsibility, embracing sustainable development goals, adopting and building digital transformation in its learning, teaching, research, and extension. We assess and build towards a glorious future. This is the future of MPC. We had the historic past, but we will be looking forward to a glorious future because we will be weaving our unique mandate of creating seamless pathways and ladders between TVET and higher education and training to produce 21st century graduates and lifelong learners who never grow tired of learning and relearning, upskilling and reskilling. And we will always go back to MPC and look to MPC towards this upskilling, reskilling, and retooling. And one who will contribute to embrace global goals as a personal mantra while contributing to the communities. MPC has all the best ingredients working for it. You have history. You have the support of the local government, of the city mayor, Mayor Marcy, of its two congressional representatives, Teacher Stella and Congressman VF. You have the local industries, the shoe design industry of the Philippines backing you up. You have a great roster of alumni, a cooperative, able, and competent faculty who just needs the platform in order to shine. Students to serve, the most challenged students, in fact, as I've seen the profile of the students, but these are the students that we truly want to help because if we truly help them, then they can become captains of the matatag, maginhawa, at panatag na buhay sa Pilipinas. Maaabot po natin talaga ang ambisyon natin 2040. Mag-focus din po tayo sa ating mga estudyante. And of course, you have the governing board. You have an outstanding governing board. It's the most competent and challenging to my mind. There is a DDG Rose of Testa, Congresswoman Stella, of course, Congressman BF, the alumni, faculty, Dr. Nuevo, Dr. Bakay, and the student rep. And most of all, you have Dr. Lilian de las Llagas. She as she has emphasized in her message, she is really the emblem of wisdom and heart. She has the wisdom and heart to guide any president who takes on the challenge. Moreover, she has the beauty and elegance as her brand of mentoring. It is truly an enriching, hindi pa to ang valedictory ko. I will say my proper goodbye once we have our new OIC, but truly it has been a very enriching, enlightening experience the past 4 months as your OIC. And looking now at our candidates, we know that there is much hope also for MPC and to everyone. Just remember always, M, the institution, Marikina City and MPC. P, the people. And C, the communities. Maraming salamat po and have a great day.
Thank you very much, Attorney Milia, for the very wonderful closing remarks. Yan. So, dinefine pa ni Ma'am ang MPC. New definition siya. Okay, thank you. And I would like to acknowledge the presence of our Vice President for Administration, Ma'am Miranda. Ma'am Miranda. And our Vice President for Academic Affairs, nasa na si Ma'am Rufa. Ayun, si Ma'am Rufa. Sila po ang aming dalawang Vice Presidents. Okay, that concludes our public forum for today. And again, I would like to thank our sector representatives. Maraming salamat po for giving us your time today. And also our screening search committee. Maraming salamat po. So, it's time now for the photo opportunity with our applicants. May I invite the members of the search committee here on stage. Please be ready with your camera. Nasaan ang ating photographer? I know meron tayong student journalist. Yan. Okay, so we'll have first the members of the search committee. And then after them, we will have, hi ma'am. And after the search, we'll have the sector representative. Sir, usog po kayo rito para po kita yung ano. Yan. Ma'am, dito po. Yan. Ladies sa gitna. Our beautiful ladies. With mask daw po ba or without? I can't decide eh. Ayos po. Oo. Ayos po. With mask daw po ba? Pwede daw po ba silang mag-off? With mask? Okay. Yung mga magpipicture po. Okay, thank you very much po. Maraming salamat po. And let's have the sector representative. May I invite also the search committee to stay with the sector representatives? Ma'am, pwede po kayong mag-join sa sector representative. Thank you. Sector representatives, please. Apo. After that, let's have the other members of the sector representatives. Kasya po ba? Pwede po bang i-move ito? Thank you very much po. We would like also to acknowledge the online presence of Attorney Sunga and Sir Tirso Ronquillo. So nakamonitor sila sa atin. Thank you very much po. Again, that concludes our public forum for today. Thank you very much and thank you, Lord, for helping us make this possible. Maraming salamat po. Good morning again, everyone. Thank you very much. I am your host, by the way. I am Mrs. Rosalinda L. Caballero from the Languages Department. Thank you and good morning.